It's past time to expose the Democrats and Republicans for usurping liberty and freedom. What you are about to hear is the amalgam of passion and truth. This is the Southern Liberty Radio Show. Welcome, Liberty Defenders of the World, and welcome to this one lovely episode of The Fifth Estate. Appreciate y'all for tuning in this evening. Everybody from the byway to the highway. You got the internet on your phone. Appreciate you. Those of y'all over at WRMI down in Okeechobee, Florida. Appreciate y'all. My folks out in Utah, out in Davis County, Salt Lake County, Juab County that's listening. Appreciate y'all. And everybody else across the wide world that's listening live right now, appreciate you. Those of you that's going to find us later, listen, I appreciate y'all too. Because again, without y'all, there ain't no me. Without y'all, there ain't no me. I'm going to mumble jumble this up a little bit because not much has been happening in Congress since the Charlie Kirk thing happened. Mm-hmm. And but I can't let this wait till Friday. I can't allow this to wait till Friday. If I do, it won't be fresh in the mind, right? It's fresh in the mind. And again, right? We have to expose this evil for what it is that we see here, right? I'm going to play a clip, right? I'm going to play a clip, and I want you to listen to this. And I'm going to add some context to this. Because it has to be exposed what it is. The demons have to be exposed. Because if we allow the demons to sleep, they will continue possessing other people. And it's our job. It's our job to make sure we expose those evils. I want you to listen to this. This is so... But we have to stomach it. We got to stomach it for what it is. This is Pastor Jamal Bryant. This is a pastor. Okay? I'm gonna play the clip. I want y'all to hear it for yourselves.
About all of these Negro preachers who've been, in fact, talking about that this man that was killed was the answer to Christ in the earth. Y'all ain't saying that. They having moments of silence in black churches all over the country over a man that was racist and a white supremacist. How dare you compare him to Martin Luther King? The only thing that Charlie Crist and Martin Luther King got in common is both of them was killed by a white man. After that, they got nothing else in common. I'm concerned about all of these Negro preachers
Here's the thing, right? If you've never grown up in the black church, you won't understand this, right? But I want to take you on a historical ride real quick. Okay. The black church was infiltrated by the likes of Margaret Sanger. Okay. In order to promote abortion, right? Because we know what abortion was initially for. They brought it through the black church, right? Communists did the same thing, right? They brought their propaganda through the church, right? Y'all all know what this is, right? Y'all know what this is, right? This came through the black church. Then come to the black church did this, right? I want to show you something that you may have missed. I'm going to show you something. This is a preacher, right? This is the preacher man. Y'all saw him. Y'all heard what he said, right? I want to show you something. What do you see on that pulpit? What do you see on that pulpit? You see that communist fist holding the cross of Christ is what you see. You see the communist fist holding the cross of Jesus, literally the antithesis, literally the antithesis of what being a Christ follower is about. But this is how these organizations have gotten into the black church to spread these lies like he's doing, right? But need I remind this so-called pastor, right? This so-called Pastor Jamal Bryant, right? With all the disrespect I have in my heart that is left, you need to sit down from the pulpit, because even your church and the symbolism of the church is promoting a lie to people, and you're blaspheming God and Christ. I don't care at this point what anybody says about what the hell I said about that. I said what I said about it because it is blasphemous. What's even worse? What's even worse is that you have a pastor, and those of you that have read the Bible a little bit, you're going to understand this. Those of you that have read the Bible and understand, right? When you call a man, especially a fellow Christian, right, out of his name and sling his mud, what is that called? What I want y'all to understand, what is that called? And I'll pause for the comments while people think about this a second. Slander. That is correct, Trish. That is correct. You know what's crazy? Is that slander, the sin of slander, holds the same weight as murder? Did y'all know that? While I get my other windows open here. Did y'all know that slandering a fellow Christian has the same sin weight as murder? This is why preachers like him and the other preachers that have been preaching the way he has about this incident needs to be ripped from the pulpit, either struck down by lightning from God, or the people remove them. But the people, not the people, the sheeple in the pews are going to keep putting their $20 in the offering plate every month to support people that slander fellow Christians. Need I remind you, Pastor Jamal Bryant, 2016, the foundational prohibition against slander. Need I remind you of that, and all other preachers that may watch this later? I don't even have my Bible open. Maybe I should. But I'm sure people in the comments will fact check me. I'm not going to make this a preachy session, but I want people to understand, right? When you bastardize my faith in a way that leads people astray, it is my job. It is my job to make sure you are credited. I don't care what denomination you're preaching. If you're wrong and out of pocket, you should be cast from bearing false witness, because slander is also a form of lying and false witness, and you're sitting in front of a pew, pastor man. Let's don't get started, right? Jesus even taught that sinful, evil words, right, come from a corrupt heart. Matthew 15, 18, 19, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't have my Bible open. God doesn't tolerate slander either. He issued strong warnings against slander and slanderers. Psalm 101, verse 5, if I remember, right? And it goes somewhere to the thing of whoever slanders his neighbor secretly, he will destroy. And I hope that prophecy comes down on your head and every other preacher's head. That prophecy comes down on your head for slandering this man. Again, it's not the fact that I agree or disagreed with Charlie Kirk. It's the fact that you're standing behind a pulpit slandering a Christian. And you should be struck down per Psalms 101:5. You know what else slander does? Slander destroys relationships in the community, right? We've seen it, right? The whole other team over there, whether they want to deny it or not, have called my friends on the right and my conservative friends all kinds of Nazis, all kinds of authoritarians, all kinds of fascists, all kinds of Hitlers, all kinds of shit. That slander destroys communities, aka a nation of people. Proverbs 16:28 talks about this exact thing. Slander can be used as a tool to separate close friends and spread strife. Y'all look at reading the book. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm going off memory right now. Christians specifically, right? Y'all thought Paul was the gangster. Peter was a little gangster too. Because First Peter, right? First Peter. It instructs Christians or Christ followers to put away all malice, and all deceit and hypocrisy and envy and all slander, right? I hope y'all got y'all books open. Make sure I'm right. because I ain't trying to bear false witness. James 4 told y'all not to speak evil against another Christian, didn't it? Because the slanderous behavior that these preachers are preaching from the pulpit is ungodly. The Bible even tells you in Romans 129, 129, it might be 30, don't quote me incorrectly, but the Bible describes slander as a characteristic of those that have a debased mind, right? They're not right in the head. It is the evil. You hear what I'm telling you, people? I don't mean to be preachy, but this hits me hard when I see preachers that claim to be Christians and they bastardize my faith at a pulpit in front of a bunch of sheeple that don't know their way out of a wet paper bag with instructions on the second Tuesday of next week. Because remember, James 4, in James 4, it talks about not speaking evil against one another. Because the one that speaks evil against another brother or judges his brother speaks evil against the law. And the judges of the law. Tell me where I'm lying. Open your book up. I know y'all got one by you. Again, I ain't trying to be preachy, but I'm trying to tell you the truth about these false prophets sitting in front of these pulpits with this false witness, using slander. These preachers are not of God. They are not of God. And don't hold these preachers like this guy I showed you to be a beacon to God. Because they are not. They are the epitome of the corruption that's in their minds. And it's these religious leaders that also keep countries divided by pushing the rhetoric and the bullshit from the pulpit. They are no different than the devil-based leftists that have bastardized this land by attacking Christians. Because this is what this is. These preachers and this left that attacks Christians or people that follow Christ or may want to follow the Bible, I swear for God to you, all they want to do is attack them. They're like demons coming out of the depths of hell for you. But y'all think I'm over here preaching and playing. The evil is all around us, people. It is all around us and it's showing its ugly head. And that dark cloud will not go away until we need to do as people, as followers of Christ, to rebuke the evil before us. Every time you see it, you rebuke it. You don't stop and you continue until your last breath. Because this type of evil needs to be expelled, not only from this nation, but from the countryside and ultimately from the earth. Because the fruits of their labor is worthless because it is of barren seed. And people thinks this is a joke. My Christ is no joke. I said what I said. So all you false prophets, you can come at me all you want to. I am protected by the armor of God because I only speak the truth on this. I only speak the truth on this. And there's not a finger you can raise or you could raise towards me, because you will look like a fool and foolish as your sheeple that you allow to congregate, to listen at you pontificate dogma. With that, hope y'all have had a great week. Weekend. I'm sorry, it's Monday. We got a couple things to get to real quick. So we just gonna pull up and do the damn thing. Y'all ready? Let's get into this. Let me find out where I'm supposed to be here, and now I'll be able to tell you where I'm gonna be here. Here we go. Let me make sure I get this in order first. I'm sorry, guys. I want to make sure I get it all on point for you. And again, I'm sorry for the preachiness, but y'all know how I get. Y'all know how I get. I don't express my faith across the airways often, but I hate blasphemers, I hate false prophets, and I hate people that slander in the name of God from a pulpit, leading people, supposed to be leading them to Christ. You are. I'll call you as the false prophet liar that you are every single time I see you, until you step down from that pulpit. And we all should be doing that, because we should never allow anyone to bear false witness. That bearing false witness to God is worse than stolen valor. Yeah, I said it. It is worse than stolen valor, because you're corrupting men's hearts if you're not coming from the right place with God. It is worse than stolen valor. And you too should go to hell for leading people astray. I said what I said on that. Now let's get into this real shit. HR 5100. All right. Let's get there. HR 5100. This bills to extend SBIR and STRR programs and for other purposes. I don't think they voted on this yet, but we're going to find out real quick if they did or not. Give me a second and I will be able to tell you, because this is legislation that's considered under the suspension of the rules. Give me a second here. I lost many windows when I was preaching. I'm sorry, guys. Tell me never to preach again. I greatly appreciate it. I wouldn't care if you said not to. If I can, where's the site? I'll find it. Hold on, guys. So this bill was passed on voice vote on the 15th. So this lovely bill does its thing, and it does its all passing thing. The next piece we have, that is, I think that's probably voted on today also. Here we go. This is come on, go back. Oh, the Miracle on Ice Congressional Gold Medal Act, that what this is pertaining to. It resolved that the bill from the House of Representatives, H.R. 452, entitled an act to award 3 congressional gold medals to members of the 1980s U.S. Olympic men's team hockey in recognition of the extraordinary achievement 1980 Olympics, where being comprised of amateur collegiate players. They defeated the dominant Soviet hockey team in the historic Miracle on Ice. Do pass with the following, and then it just talks about Congress finds the United States men's hockey team. So basically, it looks like they're real. Why would they pass this? Hold on a minute. Okay, so they're awarding. They're just now awarding the medals. Wow. Okay, we're awarding medals now. Wow. Okay, sure. HR 34. What we got here? HR 34. There we go. There we go. HR 3427. This bill requires the Comptroller General of the United States to review all clean water related technical assistance authorities of the Environmental Protection Agency and for other purposes. Ding 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 ding. And I think, let me double check. I think this bill was where'd it go? There it is right there. 3427. See, I don't know why my tabs keep closing where I got these things open. Give me a second. So this bill also passed by voice vote. Hold on. I want to bring it up on the screen too. I don't know why it's doing this. This has got me all kinds of confused. I think it's the devil, y'all. It's the devil. I'm sorry. It's the devil. They're holding me back. The devil's holding me back. Okay, legislative information on the 15th. Here we go. Okay, apparently they're just laying things on the table now. Wow, a lot of the voting is just starting to happen or end now. Wow, that's late. Jeez, that is real late. So let's go through. I'm gonna do it this way. Let's go through what they voted on today because this is wow. This is crazy what they're doing. So let me make this a little bigger. So they started today. They started voting today at 7:00 p.m. People, right? HJ Res 117. Let me see if I could spin around that a little bit. That way we're just not spinning our wheels. Okay, so this bill, what you're looking at here, H says motion to reconsider laid on the table, agreed without objection. So this bill here, this resolution is relating to the national emergency by the president on July 30th, 2025. Is there any text for it? Yes, there is text for it. This joint resolution does say resolved by the Senate House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled pursuant to Section 202 of the National Emergencies Act, which is housed in Title 50 of the United States Code, Section 1622. The national emergency declared by the finding of the President on July 30th, 2025 in Executive Order 14323 is hereby terminated. So they're trying to terminate the national emergency that Trump invoked on July 30th, 2025. So there's that part. Let's get back over here. Let's see. HR 3400 considered as unfinished business to amend Title 38 United States Code, authorized the Secretary of Veteran Affairs to assign physicians. Let me see. I'll probably make that bigger so y'all can actually see that. Sorry, guys. There we go. There we go. Okay, yeah. So to assign physicians to the Department of Veteran Affairs to temporarily serve as travel physicians in the territories and possessions of the United States and for other purposes. So this was, it looks like this was agreed to by nope, this was no. Oh, here it is. Actually, they did vote on it. It required 2/3 vote. As y'all can see here, yays, nays, 371 to 21. Let's check out and see who voted what and how, because this could not be done by voice vote. Wow, looks like they actually agree on something. Jeez, this is surprise. This is suspicious. Uh-oh. What are they going to fight over now? This is too suspicious. Anyway, I digress. Let's go back. Yeah, there's not much on the table, so we're going to be kind of getting through here kind of quickly. Let's see, HR 1558. Mr. Min asked for unanimous consent that he may hereafter be considered as the first sponsor. Okay, so yeah, that's sponsorship. Then they didn't do anything else. They didn't do anything else all day today. Nothing. They only voted on two things today. One by voice vote and one they needed 2/3 majority. That's it. That is literally it. Now, let me get into, because there's nothing even on judicial level last week either, and with regards to everything that was happening, right? So government kind of slowed down a little bit. So let me get back to the schedule. Okay, here we go. So we have this resolution to limit youth offender status in District of Columbia. So there's a bunch of District of Columbia. So DC Crimes Act of 2025 to lower the age of minor can be tried as an adult for certain criminal offenses, and Honor Our Heroes Act. These are postponed suspensions, so they're not going to vote on this at all this week. So there's really not much going on this week, guys. So I feel like I've misled you all week. Yeah, vote after dinner and 3 martinis. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. So again, not much going on this week. I didn't have much for you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to have y'all again hear me preach on here. I do apologize to those that I may have offended. But y'all know I stand strong in my faith, and I don't display it often. Right. But when something's wrong, it's wrong, right? And you got to call out what's wrong, right? Because again, you just start making the whole stripe looks bad, right? So again, with that, y'all, appreciate y'all. Remember, tomorrow, I promise, Tuesday, and I know Miss Val's on the vacation, doing the vacation thing. I don't know why this thing here is making me all blurry, but I know Miss Val's on vacation thing, so it's going to be up to her. She'll let me know if she feels like doing it, but it's going to be on and popping as always. And yeah, I think the technical difficulties have subsided, but again, it won't be live. It will be pre-recorded. So, but we'll be in the chat like we were last time. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all 100%. And please do me a favor. Love your neighbors. Right? Love your neighbors. Right? But what I really need you to do is hug and love on your families. Because remember, Charlie Kirk just happened to fly to Utah, walk out of his vehicle, being escorted by. They go have a conversation with some young folks. And then didn't get to go home. He didn't get to go home to his family. But I tell you what, my point of privilege, personal privilege, the son of a bitch that shot him got to go home to his family, though. That son of a bitch got to go home to his family. Only to confess based on the conviction upon his heart. No matter how much people, remember, no matter how much evil someone has in their heart, the power of God and its conviction will bring you literally to your knees. But to my original point, you don't know if you'll get to go home. People die in car accidents every day going home from work. Reminds me of the little Ukrainian girl on the train. She was going home, got stabbed in her neck. Right? So make sure you hug and love on your family. If it's somebody in your life you care about, before you go to bed tonight, you tell them. I don't care if you have to call them or text them. You tell them how much you mean to them and how much they mean to you. Because you don't know. You may not get to say it again. You may not get to go home and say it again. You may not wake up the next day to say it to them. So say it now. While you still have breath. Say it now. With that being said, tomorrow night, hopefully we'll do the thing. We'll let you know through the Patreon. Till next time, y'all. Peace and love.